Wait. If nagpaplano kang mag-travel pa Hong Kong pero hindi mo alam kung paano ka magsa-start mag-build ng itinerary, don't worry, kaming bahala sa'yo. Hindi naman kailangang maging stressful yan kahit na first time mo pa lang. In this video, magpe-present kami sa'yo ng detailed step-by-step Hong Kong itinerary na madaling i-follow and meron ding full budget breakdown. Hey there, Tipiter! We are Vince and Josh. Sa part 1 ng Hong Kong Travel Guide series natin, we shared with you some valuable budget travel tips sa flights, saang area best magstay, saan pwedeng kumain na mura lang, and mga pwedeng gawin. Now, it's time to organize all that into one itinerary. But before we begin, kung bago ka dito sa channel natin, know that we consistently publish informative travel videos, so please subscribe to this channel by tapping the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it. Tapos, i-turn on mo na rin yung notifications para hindi mo ma-miss yung mga future uploads natin. We're on the road to 300,000 subscribers, so your support will help us reach that milestone. Okay, start na tayo. Itong sample itinerary na to will take you to some of the city's most popular tourist attractions na ideal for first-timers. Yung mga classics, ika nga. It also assumes na darating ka sa umaga ng day 1 and aalis ng gabi ng day 4 para mas ma-maximize talaga natin yung mga araw. And this itinerary also assumes na you're staying at a hotel or hostel sa central area or Sheongwan or Wan Chai, basta dun sa area na yon. By the way, if you don't have accommodations figured out yet, i-book nyo na yan sa Agoda para ma-avail nyo yung up to 5,900 pesos na discount. Just visit thepoortraveler.net/Agoda, or if mas gusto nyo na gumamit ng app, download nyo lang yung Agoda mobile app, tapos sa deals page, i-enter nyo yung promo code natin na AGODATPT. Dapat all caps yan para ma-redeem nyo yung discount. Tapos, pili lang kayo ng hotel, pili kayo ng room as usual. And kapag meron na kayong napipisil, sa checkout page, i-enter nyo ulit yung AGODATPT para ma-apply naman yung code. So, 2 beses nyo siyang i-enter sa deals page and sa checkout page. It will give you 8 to 10% off, capped at 100 USD or 5,900 yan based on current conversion. Ang laking discount niyan ha. And while you're at it, i-redeem nyo na rin yung AATPT na code. Yan naman magbibigay sa inyo ng discount on Agoda activities. Isabay nyo na. Okay, let's start exploring, starting with Day 1, Arrival and Victoria Peak. Pagka-land nyo sa Hong Kong International Airport and i-clear yung immigration check, make sure na mag-withdraw kayo ng cash from the ATMs and pick up your Octopus card. Lalo na if pinurchase nyo ito online. Kung hindi naman kayo nakabook beforehand, okay lang. Meron kayong mabibilhan dito sa Airport Arrival Hall. Meron sa airport station, and I think pwede ring makakuha ng tourist version sa 7-Eleven na nandito lang din. Then, kapag okay na yan lahat, follow the signs papunta sa mga buses. Since we're assuming na sa Central ka nga magsistay, pila ka dito sa bus stop for bus A11. Since may internet ka naman na, i-open mo lang yung Google Map, check mo yan, and make sure na bababa ka sa stop na pinakamalapit sa hotel mo. Kung masyado pang maaga para sa check-in, i-drop nyo lang yung bags nyo sa reception para makapag-explore kayo agad na. Tapos mag-check-in na lang kayo mamaya pagbalik nyo. If you arrive just around lunch, perfect kasi ang una nating gagawin ay kumain. Kung ang hotel mo ay malapit sa Luk On Khoi, grab the chance. Kilala ito for its delicious Cantonese dishes and traditional tea house atmosphere. Well-loved ito dito sa Hong Kong. Actually, we stumbled upon it by accident nung isa sa mga previous trips namin. Aside from being a popular local spot, meron din itong Michelin Bib Gourmand citation dati, nung ang pangalan niya pa ay Lin Hong Khoi. Nag-rename kasi sila recently. Also, guys, I'm sorry sa mga Cantonese speakers here. I'm probably murdering some of the pronunciations. While it is open until 10 p.m., yung signature dim sum nila, usually sold out na yan after lunchtime. So, mas maganda na lunchtime kayo pumunta dito para ma-avail nyo yun. Pero meron din naman silang mga rice toppings na available from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and mura lang, 55 Hong Kong dollars lang. And kung mas gusto nyo naman ng noodles, available naman yan from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. and mas mura ito at 39 HKD. Actually, hindi namin yan naabutan. So, yung mga servings na nakikita nyo sa video na to ay yung for sharing, yung pang-group. Hindi yung mas mura na individual portions. Yung mga roasted meat dishes nila dito, sobrang sarap. Yung soy chicken was juicy and tender, while yung goose na sanay ako na normally dry and bony yan, pero dito, surprisingly moist and fatty. Actually, it was a little bit greasy, pero in the best, most indulgent way. Yung restaurant na to nga pala ay located on the 3rd floor of this building. And pagpasok mo, makikita mo kaagad yung classic Cantonese tea house na set up dito. Complete with yung old school na mga push carts. Napansin ko lang din na most of the customers ay elderly locals. And marami sa staff, hindi sila nakakapag-English, pero okay lang yan because they were incredibly warm and patient. Even yung front desk na staff, napaka-friendly, making our experience very, very enjoyable and memorable in the best way. After a satisfying local lunch, it's time to get to Victoria Peak. And para makapunta tayo doon, kailangan nating sakyan itong Kennedy Town to Happy Valley tram. And bababa tayo sa Murray Road. Tapos, walk for 7 minutes all the way to the Peak Tram Lower Terminus. So, sa Google Map, ang ipipin nyo is yung Peak Tram Lower Terminus. Kapag Peak Tram lang, pwedeng ang ipakita sa inyo agad ni Google Map is yung station sa taas. So, isama nyo i-type yung Lower Terminus. The Peak Tram is one of Hong Kong's most iconic experiences and the most popular way to reach Victoria Peak among tourists. Kasi pwede mo rin actually itong mapuntahan by bus, pwede ka ring mag-trek, pero syempre, maganda ring experience ito by tram kasi it climbs steeply up the hillside. Tapos, yung view mo of the city, yung mga buildings, ganyan, para siyang nakatilt at impossible angles, making the ride an attraction in itself. Pwede mong i-book itong Peak Tram ride lang, pero you can also get the bundle with Sky Terrace 428. And kapag binundle mo siya, it ends up cheaper than booking separate tickets. Available naman yung bundle na yan sa Agoda Activities. Pero pag-usapan natin itong Sky Terrace 428. It is the highest public viewing platform in the city and arguably, ito rin yung may best view. And medyo agree ako dito. I think ito nga rin talaga yung best view of Hong Kong, in my opinion. From here, you get a sweeping panorama of Victoria Harbour, Hong Kong Island, and Kowloon all in one frame. Itong Sky Terrace, nasa tuktok ito nung The Peak Tower na shaped like a walk. So para siyang takip nung walk. Pero itong Peak Tower as a whole, bukod sa Peak Tram Station siya, it's also a mall with cafes, shops, and other attractions like Madame Tussauds. Just across it stands the Peak Galleria. Mall din ito filled with dining and shopping options. Tapos sa top level, makikita mo, nandito yung Monopoly Dreams. Meron din silang sariling viewpoint na free of charge. So kung ayaw mong magbayad dun sa Sky Terrace, pwede naman dito. Ang maganda sa view dito, nasa foreground yung Peak Tram. So maganda rin naman siya.
Ang ginawa na lang namin is nakyat namin itong observatory deck dito sa isa pang building. Hindi siya ganun kataas and kuwang-kuwa yung Hong Kong sa baba. Tapos may foreground kasi kitang-kita mo yung tram habang dumadaan. Tapos yung mga tao din tamo dumadaan. Si Yosh may time-lapse. Ganda. Promise. Yun. Tipid-tip. Kung ayaw nyo mag-Sky Terrace, dito na lang kayo sa libreng observatory deck sa kabilang building.
Pero kung mas gusto mo yung uninterrupted na view ng skyline ng Hong Kong talaga, mas sa Sky Terrace ka magpunta. Or puntahan nyo pareho. Pero bukod dito sa dalawang to, there are other lookouts pa around the area. But a word of warning, if you're visiting in winter or early spring, always check the weather and mag-allocate kayo ng matagal na pagstay dito just in case it gets foggy. Kasi the last thing that you want is magbayad kayo ng entrance fee tapos pagdating nyo sa viewpoint, wala namang view kasi covered by fog. Nangyari na yan sa amin before. It's usually a problem from January to April. So, kung mas marami kayong time, at least kaya nyong hintayin na mag-clear, di ba? Or i-check nyo na lang yung weather before kayo magpunta. Siguro mga 5 times na akong nagpunta dito sa Victoria Peak and I like arriving here in the late afternoon para mas ma-appreciate ko yung view in the daytime, at sunset, and at night. I find it extremely satisfying to watch the city transition from the golden hour to full neon glow. And once you've had enough of the view, take the peak tram again back to the lower terminus. Itong lower terminus nga pala ay nasa central area, which is the heart of Hong Kong's energy where old meets new at every corner. Dito mo rin makikita yung mid-levels escalators, considered to be the world's longest outdoor covered escalator system. And itong streets ng Central, maraming cafes, maraming bars, maraming mga food spots, and mga hidden attractions. Kapag gabi na, Central comes alive with street-level nightlife and people spilling out onto the sidewalk. Yung iba, palabas kasi na nightlife nga, and yung iba naman pauwi na sa mga bahay nila. May parts kasi yung Central na residential. By the way, for a hassle-free experience navigating the streets of Hong Kong, make sure that you have a good internet connection. So, now is probably the best time to share a word about the sponsor of this video, Aeralo. Itong Aeralo, it's the world's first and largest eSIM marketplace with data plans for over 200 countries and regions. Kailangan mo lang i-download yung Aeralo app, then you can easily purchase eSIM kapag nagta-travel ka, kahit saan ka pumunta. We've used it not just in Hong Kong but also Japan, New Zealand, US, Canada, and even Caribbean countries. Meron din silang regional eSIM na perfect kung nagba-backpack ka across multiple countries kasi hindi mo na kailangang magpalit ng SIM every time na magko-cross ka ng border. One eSIM lang, gagana na for the entire trip. Gumagamit talaga kami nitong Aeralo, so andali sa amin na i-promote ito. Sobrang dali lang din kasi niyang gamitin. Just create an account and enter mo lang yung destination mo. Tapos it will present eSIM options. Pwedeng by country, pero meron din nga silang mga regional eSIMs. Tapos choose the plan depending on how many days or how much GB you need. If you run out, don't worry. Madali lang namang mag-reload or mag-top up using the same app. You can purchase or install the eSIM even before the trip. Yung validity period nito starts only when you activate it and use it to connect to the internet. May guide naman kapag i-install mo siya. Madali lang maintindihan kasi may step-by-step instructions naman. And we have good news for you. You can get a big discount on Aeralo too. Just visit the link in the description or scan this QR code and use our promo code TPT3 to get $3 discount for your first eSIM. That's 175.5 pesos based on the current exchange rate. New users can redeem this code anytime pero one-time use lang. If your phone is locked into your service provider in the Philippines, baka hindi mo ito magamit. So, i-check mo lang din. And it's also subject to device compatibility, pero the app naman will tell you kung compatible ba ito sa phone mo. But yes, magagamit mo rin itong Aeralo sa Hong Kong. And kung magmamakaw ka rin, magagamit mo rin itong Aeralo. Anyway, let's go back to the video. After walking around Central, siguro magugutom ka na, pero okay lang yan. Oras na para mag-dinner. End the day with a proper local meal dito sa Chim Chai Kee, one of Central's most famous noodle shops. Marami silang branches across the city. Pero itong nasa Wellington Street, yung merong Michelin Bib Gourmand recognition. So, i-expect mo na yung pila dito sobrang haba, lalo na kapag mealtime. Fortunately, meron namang ibang branches nga. Ang natry namin ay dito sa Queens Road Central Branch na located sa basement. Ang pinaka pinupuntahan dito ay yung noodle soup nila na sikat for its rich broth and springy noodles. Yung egg noodles nila ay freshly made and perfectly bouncy. Pwede ka ring pumili from a variety of toppings. Pwedeng fish balls, sliced beef, signature pork, and king prawn wontons. Pwede mo ring pagsamasamahin. Pwede kang pumili ng combination of 2 toppings, pwede ring 3 toppings. Pero kahit ano man piliin mo, the broth remains the same. It's simmered for at least 5 hours para lumabas talaga yung lasa ng shrimp and fish with just the right level of saltiness. Na-try namin yung wonton noodle soup nila and yung prawn sa loob sobrang flavorful. Kahit na meron din itong pork, yung seafood profile niya nagsa-stand out talaga. It's easily one of the best noodle soups na na-try namin dito sa Hong Kong. And at 40 Hong Kong dollars lang or 300 pesos pag kinonvert, for me, it's a great deal. In Hong Kong's pricey restaurant scene, yung 300 pesos, considered mura na yan. So don't be too shocked by meal prices kapag ka nag-i-eat out dito. Pero it's a no-frills spot. Service is fast, seating is tight, pero yung pagkain naman, worth it naman siya. After a soulful dinner, find a grocery or convenience store and purchase breakfast items for the rest of your stay. Bili ka ng tinapay and palaman, tapos yun na yung gawin mong breakfast kung walang kasamang breakfast yung hotel mo. Tapos kapag nakapamili ka na, go back to your hotel and call it a day. Okay, day 2. Gising ka ng maaga, siguro around 6:30 or 7 a.m. kasi today pupunta tayo sa happiest place on earth, Hong Kong Disneyland. It is highly recommended that you purchase Disneyland tickets in advance kasi minomonitor nila and nililimit yung number of visitors at any given day. Pwede namang mag-walk-in pero only if hindi siya sold out. So kapag popular day, pwedeng wala ka nang mabiling ticket. The cost of a basic one-day ticket ranges from 560 Hong Kong dollars to over 900. Depende sa demand, day of the week, and season. Meron kasi sila ditong tiering system. But if you book on Agoda and use our promo code AATPT, AA meaning Agoda Activities, so AATPT, you can get as much as 5% off. So it's best applied sa mga bigger purchases. I-enter nyo lang itong AATPT sa deals page and checkout page. And yes, dapat all caps yan. Anyway, punta na tayo sa Disneyland. And to do that, take the MTR to Sunny Bay Station tapos transfer kayo to this cute na Disney train papunta sa Disneyland Resort Station. Nga pala, kapag nagtitipid kayo and may madaanan kayong convenience store, bili na kayo ng bottled drinks, tubig man yan or iced tea, and individually portioned na snacks. Kahit yung drink isa lang na nasa pet bottle kasi marirefill mo naman, may water refilling station sa loob. Pero mas maganda kung meron kayong reusable na water bottle, pwede rin naman yun.
Yeah. One. Tapos. What? Gutom.
That is, if ayaw nyong mapagastos sa food inside kasi I'm telling you, mahal ang pagkain sa loob.
Printer kilo 160 HKD. Ganyan kalaki. This is ocean drink.
Ang mahal, guys. Pero kung meron naman kayong panggastos, kung na-budget nyo naman siya ng maayos, then go ahead. Kasi at the end of the day, food is part of the Disney experience anyway. Ako, for lunch, ang paborito ko dito sa loob ay itong soba meal sa Starbucks. Tapos for dinner, yung fried chicken meal naman sa Starliner Diner sa Tomorrowland. We have a lot of videos about Hong Kong Disneyland. Meron tayong sample walking route, meron tayong listahan na ni-rank natin yung mga favorite rides natin. Panoorin nyo na lang yon para malaman nyo rin kung paano nyo mamamaximize yung time nyo sa loob. So after ng video na to, hanapin nyo yung videos na yon, panoorin nyo yung mga yon. Pero I think I have to mention na you shouldn't miss the light and fireworks display called Momentous Party in the Night Sky or minsan Momentous Nighttime Spectacular. Kasi maganda siya talaga, nakaka-amaze. Kung pinalaki ka ng mga Disney movies, may nostalgic feel din siya, pwede kang maging emotional, ganyan. So, intayin nyo na lang to kahit na gabihin pa kayo. Anyway, yung MTR naman, pabalik sa city center hanggang gabing-gabi na yan. I think past midnight meron pa rin. So, i-take nyo na lang yung MTR pabalik ng hotel. It's a long day, I know, pero worth it naman yan. Day 3 is all about experiencing Hong Kong beyond the skyline. So, today we're gonna visit temples, museums, and street markets, all in one fine day. Pero dito tayo magsisimula sa Man Mo Temple, one of Hong Kong's oldest and most atmospheric temples. Dedicated ito sa gods of literature and war. And kapag nasa loob ka, you feel like you're worlds away from the surrounding city streets. Inside, merong mga spiral incense coils hanging from the ceiling, filling the space with smoke and a faint woody scent. It's a peaceful place to slow down, observe local rituals, and get a glimpse of traditional Hong Kong bago pa ito na-transform into a modern metropolis. After reflecting at the temple, take the Shek Tong Tsui to North Point tram to Jubilee Street. Anyway, from Jubilee Street, walk to the MTR Hong Kong station and look for Tim Ho Wan for an early lunch. Malamang familiar ka na with Tim Ho Wan kasi marami naman itong branches outside Hong Kong, kahit dito sa Pilipinas meron tayo. Once known globally as one of the most affordable Michelin-starred dim sum chains, Tim Ho Wan is a reliable introduction to classic Cantonese dishes. Today, wala na itong Michelin star and yung Sham Shui Po branch na lang nila, yung merong Michelin nod, Bib Gourmand naman to. Pero yung madadaanan kasi natin na branch ay yung nandito sa Hong Kong Station, so dito na lang tayo. Ang pinakasikat dito ay yung baked barbecue pork buns nila. Pero bukod dyan, yung menu nila ay packed with simple, well-executed favorites, mostly dim sum. Yung shumai nila, meaty and tender, tapos yung bean curd rolls naman were filled with pork and vegetables, tapos nakababad sa oyster sauce. So, sobrang malinamnam. On another occasion though, we explored a few more dishes from the menu, including a rice bowl topped with minced beef and fried egg, and rice noodle rolls with pig's liver. Hindi ko na masyadong i-describe to kasi the last time na I visited, hindi ko na to mahanap sa menu. Baka diniscontinue na nila. Anyway, after a good light lunch, take the MTR to Kowloon Station. Tapos, lakad kayo for 8 minutes papunta sa next stop natin, which is the M Plus Museum. Dito ka magsispend ng early afternoon mo. Ito yung flagship museum ng Hong Kong for contemporary visual culture. Malawak ito, malaki yung museum, and it focuses on modern art, design, architecture, film, and digital media with exhibitions that reflect both Hong Kong's identity and global creative movements. Siguro mag-allot ka ng 2 to 3 hours dito to properly explore the galleries at your own pace. After an afternoon at the museum, lakad ka lang papunta sa Hong Kong Water Taxi Station. Ideally, yung i-catch mo na sailing ay yung 3:30 p.m. kasi ang ginagamit dyan is yung premium ferry nila. Yung station nga pala is West Kowloon Pier. Dito kasi sa premium ferry, mas makaka-move around ka so you'll have uninterrupted views of both Hong Kong Island and Kowloon's skyline, making it one of the most relaxing ways to move between attractions. $30 yung regular ferry pero kung itong premium nga, $50 naman yan. Hong Kong dollars Yung first stop nitong ferry ay itong sa East Tsim Sha Tsui and dito ka bababa, malapit sa Avenue of Stars. Itong Avenue of Stars, very popular din among tourists and siguro ito yung most iconic na waterfront promenade of the city. Para itong Hollywood Walk of Fame celebrating Hong Kong's legendary film industry through handprints, plaques, and statues. And ang pinakasikat sa mga statue na yan ay itong kay Bruce Lee na naka-kung fu pose. But beyond movie references, yung pinaka-dinadayo dito ay yung view. Wide open harbor views with Hong Kong Island skyline rising directly across the water. Aside from the gorgeous vista and the vibe, marami ring mga interesting na mapupuntahan dito, many of which can be enjoyed for free or kung meron mang entrance fee mura lang naman. And everything is clustered together, so madali lang mag-explore dito. Isa sa mga mapupuntahan ay itong Hong Kong Cultural Center, one of the city's main performing arts venues. It hosts concerts, ballets, operas, and international productions. Pero kahit na wala ka namang show to catch, yung open plaza nila, paborito itong gathering spot even for locals. Pero for Instagrammers, dito sila madalas nagpipicture sa colonnade na to. Wala itong entrance fee nga pala. Sa tabi lang nito, makikita mo naman yung Tsim Sha Tsui Clock Tower. It's a red brick landmark from the early 1900s and isa sa mga remaining structures from the old Kowloon Canton Railway Terminus. It's a quiet reminder of Hong Kong's colonial era past, offering a nice contrast to the modern skyline around it. A short walk away naman, makikita mo ang Hong Kong Museum of Art, the city's main public art museum showcasing Chinese art, Hong Kong-related works, and contemporary pieces. Wala rin itong entrance fee for standard exhibitions. Andito rin ang Hong Kong Space Museum, interactive science museum naman ito, instantly recognizable by its giant dome-shaped building na locals call the Egg. It's all about astronomy, space science, and technology, great for the whole family. May entrance fee ito pero 10 Hong Kong dollars lang. Kung mahilig ka sa shopping, punta ka sa K11 Musea, a luxury mall that feels more like an art gallery than a retail space. Kung wala ka namang planong mag-shop, it's worth walking through for the architecture and design installations. It's a good spot then for a coffee break. Kapag gabi, merong paandar dito sa Avenue of Stars. Ang tawag ay Symphony of Lights. It's a nightly multimedia light and sound show officially recognized as one of the world's largest permanent light shows. Every night at 8 p.m., more than 40 buildings sa parehong side ng Victoria Harbor light up in a synchronized display of lasers, LED lights, and music. I remember nung first time ko tong makita, first visit ko sa Hong Kong, nagustuhan ko naman siya. Pero in my subsequent visits, I felt like hindi na siya as giving as much as I remembered. Hindi ko alam kung yung mga subsequent visits ko ba, pangit yung weather or bad timing lang ako. Pero hindi na siya amazing to me. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. So for me, if you have nothing else to do, then sige, check it out. Lalo na if you haven't seen it before. Pero if meron ka namang ibang pupuntahan, no need to wait for it. Just prioritize other things. Like, kunyari, gusto mong pumunta sa night market, mas gusto mo na mas marami kang time doon, I think mas i-prioritize mo na lang yon. So, in this itinerary, hindi na natin hihintayin yung Symphony of Lights na yan. We'll head over to the night markets. Pero bago yan, kakain muna tayo. Ang pupuntahan natin ay Jordan Station. So to get there, walk to the MTR Tsim Sha Tsui Station. Mahabang lakad yan, pero yan na talaga yung pinakamalapit na station. Tapos, take the train to Jordan Station. Tapos, lakad lang kayo for a few minutes, crossing a couple of blocks. Mararating na natin yung dinner place natin. And yan ay Yenji Dumpling. It's a casual spot na popular for its, well, the dumplings. Pagpasok mo, makikita mo na hindi naman siya anything fancy, pero meron silang open kitchen setup na pwede mong panoorin yung staff na meticulously gumagawa sila ng dumplings. And kapag meron ka ng table, you'll be handed a menu. Tapos makikita mo, pipili ka kung anong filling ang gusto mo, tapos i-prepare mo siya with either a sauce or a soup. So, depende sa'yo kung anong gusto mo. Since it was our first visit, inask namin sila kung ano yung best sellers nila. And so, yun yung in-order namin. Yung una is yung shrimp, pork, chive, and wood ear mushroom dumplings in spicy peanut sauce. Very plump and perfectly steamed naman yung dumpling, packed with the balanced mix nung tamis nung shrimp and richness nung pork. Tapos meron ding a little bit of crunch from the wood ear mushrooms. Pero yung peanut sauce talaga yung pinaka nagdala nito. Very spicy, nutty, manamis-namis din ng konti, and dangerously addictive. 10 pieces nga pala yung bawat order. So, if hindi naman kayo ganun kagutom or nagda-diet kayo, you could just order this plate tapos yun na. Pero, hindi naman tayo pumunta all the way here para isa lang ang orderin. So, umorder din tayo ng shrimp and crab roe wontons na best seller din nila. Pero this time, pinair natin with hot and sour soup, which looked stunning on the menu. On their own, pareho naman solid yung elements. Yung wonton, very delicate and flavorful, and yung soup, bold and punchy. Kaya lang, together, hindi siya nagwo-work for me kasi ino-overpower talaga ng broth yung wonton. So, hindi mo na halos malasahan yung shrimp and crab roe. Masarap naman yung soup, it's just a bit too dominant. If gusto mo talagang itry itong wontons na to, yung shrimp and crab roe wontons, I think i-pair mo na lang siya with sauce or kung mas gusto mo talaga na soup, yung clear broth version na lang. After dinner, lakad ka lang papunta sa Temple Street Night Market. Ito naman, isa rin ito sa pinaka sikat na evening markets dito sa Hong Kong. Meron ditong mga stalls selling souvenirs, damit, bags, electronics, and meron ding mga street food. Actually, yung pinakasikat dito na kainan, ang binibenta yata nila parang snake, pero sarado when we visited. And kahit bukas siya, I don't think itatry ko siya.
Dito kami sa Temple Street kung nasa new night market nila. Halos mga ano dito yung nabibili. Mga bags, mga accessories, mga souvenir shirts, magnets, keychains, mga pamaypay.
Pero it illustrates kung gaano ka diverse itong Jordan area. Isa ito sa pinaka-local and pinaka-food-focused na neighborhoods talaga dito sa Hong Kong. Hindi ito polished, more lived in, pero that's part of the appeal. Pero if you want more options and you still have the time and energy, you can take the MTR again. This time, pupunta naman tayo sa Mong Kok Station. Mong Kok is Hong Kong at its loudest, brightest, and most unapologetically chaotic in the best possible way. This is one of the most densely populated neighborhoods and mararamdaman mo talaga siya the moment you step out of the MTR. Yung mga neon signs, they're stacked on top of each other, and yung crowd, they flow in every direction, and parang laging may ganap. Alam mo yan, may street performer minsan, merong mga barkadahan na nag-gather sa isang corner, basta laging may nangyayari. This area is also famous for its street markets. And number one na dyan, yung ladies market along Tung Choi Street, na marami kang makikitang bargain clothes, souvenirs, phone accessories, and mga bagay na for sure hindi mo kailangan pero matatempt kang bilhin. Malapit din dito yung Sneaker Street, officially called Fa Yuen Street, na must naman ito if sneakerhead ka or shoe lover. Kasi yung street na to ay lined wall-to-wall with sneaker shops selling everything from everyday trainers to limited edition and hard-to-find releases. Andito yung Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Puma, Converse, at kung ano-ano pang mga shoe brands. Beyond shopping, Mong Kok is also a food playground kasi maraming mga dessert spots, merong mga street food stalls, all within a few blocks. After you shop or window shop to your heart's content, lakad ka lang pabalik sa MTR station and head back to your hotel. Day 4 na tayo and it's our last day in Hong Kong. Start your day early to give yourself enough time para makapag-pack and makapag-double check ng mga gamit. Then, check out of your hotel and walk to the nearest MTR station. Dala mo na yung bags mo nito and board the train to Tung Chung Station. Once you arrive in Tung Chung, siguro tanghali na to, store your luggage at the Citygate Outlets lockers. Marami naman dyan. Yung presyo, depende sa size, pero for large suitcases, nasa 40 Hong Kong dollars ito for 2 hours. I-expect mo na gagamitin mo ito for 4 hours. So, 80 Hong Kong dollars yan. After securing your bags, lunch ka lang sandali. Yung mabilisan lang. You've been eating local for the past few days, so you're excused if mas gusto mo na fast food naman this time. Meron naman dyan sa Citygate Outlet. Wala rin kasi tayong masyadong time, so yung mabilisan lang talaga. Just enough to recharge before we start sightseeing. And today, ang pupuntahan natin ay Ngong Ping. And para marating yan, we'll take the scenic route, up in the air. Yes, we're taking the Ngong Ping 360 cable car, one of Hong Kong's most scenic experiences. Yung journey from Tung Chung to Ngong Ping takes you high above the mountains and coastline of Lantau Island, offering sweeping views of the sea, lush hills, and even the airport below. Very smooth and very slow yung ride. Very relaxing. And it feels like nagtra-transition yung surroundings mo from urban Hong Kong into something far more peaceful. Ito yung rates if ibubuk mo to doon sa station. Pero, actually, mas mura kapag ibubuk mo siya sa Agoda. Kasi yung round trip na standard cabin, 230 Hong Kong dollars lang yan sa Agoda, 295 kapag doon mo binili. Yung Crystal Cabin naman na round trip din, 296 lang yan sa Agoda, pero 365 yan kapag doon mo sa station bibilhin. So, ang laki ng difference, di ba? Pero again, kaya mo pang mapababayan if you use our promo code AATPT, 5% off yan. Kapag narating mo na yung top terminus, ang unang bubulaga sa'yo ay yung Ngongping Village na pedestrian-friendly area designed to complement the nearby spiritual and scenic attractions. Dito merong mga shops, merong mga kainan, may cafes, and meron ding mga themed attractions, all set against a backdrop of lush mountains and serene landscapes.
Ang sarap nung sa feeling na after 12 years, nakabalik uli kami dito sa Ngongping. Gano'n nakatagal, promise. 2011, di ba Yosh? 2011, yung last na punta namin dito, winter. Alam niyo yung memories, good memories, nakakasaya sa pakiramdam. May baka pa sa likod. So yun, yung mga dinaanan natin, yung mga statue kanina. Ang tawag doon is ito, yung The 12 Divine Generals.
By the way, kapag nasa cable car ka, makikita mo na agad sa malayo yung Big Buddha. As in, mukha siyang nagmamasid sa gitna ng mga bundok. But this time, makikita na natin ito up close. Officially known as the Tiantan Buddha, itong giant bronze statue na to stands over 30 meters tall. So malaki talaga. To reach it, kailangan mong akyatin itong steep staircase na to, pero yung view naman sa taas, worth it naman siya. And you also get a closer look at the statue's design details. Just a short walk away from the Buddha is the 115-year-old Polin Monastery. It's a working Buddhist monastery known for its tranquil, incense-filled courtyards. Pwede ka namang maglakad-lakad dito basta respectfully, and pwede ka ring maglight ng incense. If you have more time, you can visit Tai O, which is just a 30-minute bus ride away. Itong Tai O is a traditional fishing village na merong mga stilt houses built over water and is often described as one of Hong Kong's last remaining glimpses of old village life. Pwede ka ring mag-food crawl dito kasi sikat din ito for snacks eh. Merong cuttlefish, may fish balls, and tofu pudding. Pero if nagmamadali ka or you'd rather go shopping, pwede mo namang skip to and just board the cable car back to the Citygate outlets. This outlet mall features international brands and is conveniently located near the cable car terminal. So, okay ito for last-minute shopping. Ang maganda pa dito, maraming bus stops around the area. Like, sobrang lapit lang. In fact, dito tayo sasakay papunta sa airport. So, from Tung Chung, getting to the airport is quick and straightforward naman. Pero before that, make sure na i-pick up mo yung mga bags mo na iniwan mo sa lockers. Huwag niyong kakalimutan yon. Mapapabalik pa kayo ng di oras. Mula dito, madali lang naman pumunta sa airport. Very quick and straightforward lang siya. Just take bus S1. Tapos, in less than 15 minutes, nasa airport ka na. Check into your flight, grab dinner at one of the restaurants, and proceed to your boarding gate. Ayun na! Natapos din natin itong itinerary natin. Pero ang tanong, how much budget should you prepare for this itinerary? So, ito yung budget breakdown natin for our sample 4-day, 3-night Hong Kong itinerary. It assumes na you're a party of 2 tapos paghahatian nyo equally yung mga shared expenses like hotel. Yung day 1 natin, ang big purchase lang talaga dito ay yung Peak Tram plus Sky Terrace 428 combo. Yun lang yung malaking gastos. Yung iba, puro food and transfers na. Yung total for day 1 is 442.2 Hong Kong dollars. For day 2 naman, it's all about Disneyland. So yun yung biggest purchase. Yung presyo ng Disneyland tipiters ay iba-iba depende sa day and season. Pero I-assume natin na $600, nasa gitna tong 600. Pwedeng mas mura yung makuha nyo dyan, pwedeng mas mahal. Usually kapag weekend and holiday, mas mahal. Pero basta i-assume lang natin na 600. Tapos i-assume na rin natin na bibili ka ng drink sa labas and some snacks. Tapos magla-lunch ka and magdi-dinner ka sa loob ng park. Yung total niyan is $915. Bukod sa entrance fee, ang nagpamahal is yung lunch and dinner. Pero kung on a budget talaga kayo, gusto nyo talagang magtipid, pwede nyo skip yung pagkain sa loob eh. Kasi pwede kang magpasok ng food basta sealed sila. So yung mga onigiri na nabibili nyo sa 7-Eleven, pwede yung ipasok. Okay lang yon. Kapag ganun, mas malaki yung matitipid nyo talaga. Pero i-assume na lang natin sa itinerary na to na doon kayo magla-lunch and dinner talaga. So, 915. Day 3 naman, ito yung nag-explore tayo sa Kowloon side. Yung biggest purchase dito ay yung M Plus Museum lang. So, yung total ay 422 Hong Kong dollars kasama yung lunch, dinner, and transfers. And then, yung last day natin, ang biggest purchase naman dito ay yung Ngongping 360 na cable car. Yun lang actually yung malaki talaga. The rest ay puro transfers and meals na. And yung locker pala. If nagtitipid kayo, pwede nyo ring mapababa to by skipping the cable car. Kasi pwede naman kayong makarating dun sa Ngongping area, dun sa may Buddha, dun sa Ngongping Village, nang hindi nagki-cable car. May bus option naman. Pero if magki-cable car kayo, yung subtotal natin for this day ay 440 Hong Kong dollars. Pag samasamahin nyo yan lahat, and yung grand total natin ay 2,877.15 Hong Kong dollars. That's 369 USD or in pesos, 21,759. Kasama na dyan lahat ng attractions, lahat ng transfers natin, mapa bus man yan, MTR, and kasama na rin yung water taxi. Kasama na rin yung hotel dyan. Pero ang hindi included ay yung airfare. This is the minimum that you will be spending if you follow this itinerary in the off-peak season. Pero if isasama mo yung ticket, kunyari nakakuha ka ng piso fare tapos ang total na binayaran mo sa flight ay 5,500 pesos, tapos idagdag mo yung 1,620 na travel tax, prepare a budget of at least 28,879. Hindi na masama for 4 full days na siksik na siksik. Again, ito yung minimum budget na kailangan yung i-prepare ha, pero kung ako sa inyo, please add a buffer. Kahit 200 Hong Kong dollars lang to cover possible price movements, currency exchange adjustments, and even yung mga expenses na we might have missed. Hindi rin kasama dito yung mga personal purchases ha, like kung magsha-shopping kayo, bibili kayo ng pasalubong, iinom kayo ng alak, or may bigla kayong nagustuhan habang naglalakad, bigla kayong nagutom, gusto nyo mag-snack, hindi nakasama yon syempre. Ito lang yung mga pinaka-basic na gagastusin. And again, yung presyo ng hotels and Disneyland, pabago-bago yan, depende yan sa season, depende sa demand, and even day of the week. So, pwedeng mag-skyrocket yung presyo na yan. Kaya naman, please do not take this sample itinerary and budget breakdown as something na rigid or fixed kasi it's supposed to be your guide lang sa pag-build ng sarili mong itinerary. Feel free to tweak to match your bookings or depende sa availability ng gusto nyong i-book, schedule ng flight nyo, and preferences ninyo. So magbabago talaga to kapag meron na kayong mga binago-bago. And yun na. So that's our sample 4-day Hong Kong itinerary. Gusto nyo ba na gumawa kami ng super budget na version nito? Like yung ang pupuntahan lang mga free attractions. Like walang Disneyland, tapos yung Ngongping, ibabas mo, yung Victoria Peak, ibabas mo. Pwede tayong gumawa nun. Or kung meron kayong mga iba pang destination na gusto nyong i-cover next, sabihan nyo lang sa amin, i-comment nyo lang sa comment section below. And speaking of comments, ito na yung comments of the week natin. Yung unang comment of the week natin ay galing kay Don Predilla 9480. Kinoment niya to sa Seattle Travel Guide natin. Sabi niya, from 2 Filipinos who live here in Seattle, me and my husband would like to say great job and thank you for showcasing Seattle very well. Ang ganda ng content ninyo and hindi lang informative but also very real and positive. More power to you both and to your channel. Thank you so much, Don it means a lot to us kasi we took a lot of time creating that Seattle itinerary and we really wanted to do it justice kasi we really enjoyed our stay in Seattle. Hindi namin in-expect na may in love kami sa city. So, yun, sana makabalik kami. Ito naman from Josie Tolibas, 4723. Sabi niya, I'll be in Macau in April 2026. Takot ako, baka maligaw-ligaw ako doon. Ayun, kinoment niya yan sa video natin about the 10 free things to do in Macau. Don't worry, Josie, kasi kaya nga tayo gumagawa ng mga travel guides, kaya tayo may mga videos, is para makatulong sa mga turista, lalo na sa mga first-timers. So, panoorin mo lang yung videos natin. And gagawa rin tayo ng separate na Macau travel guide, so abangan mo yan. Galing naman to kay Madge Conde 7630. Sabi niya, been a fan of Poor Traveler blog since 2015. Very reliable and informative. What I like the most, infos were very detailed and easy to understand. Thank you so much, Madge. Yan talaga yung gusto naming gawin. We want to create travel guides na kapag sinabi namin na madali lang itong puntahan mula sa airport, sasabihin din namin sa inyo kung paano ba pumunta doon mula sa airport. Exactly. Ano yung bus na iti-take or anong MTR station yung bababaan, di ba? So thank you, Madge. Galing naman to kay Jane Cordero, 4780. Ito yung OG na traveler na sinundan ko. Yung mga vlogs nila before, pag pinaplano ko yung trip namin abroad, nagpiprint out pa ako ng vlogs nila sa Hong Kong and Korea, mga 2016 pa. Thank you, Jane! Nakakatawa yung comment na to kasi marami na ring instances na nagta-travel kami. Nung time na hindi pa uso masyado yung video, may mga nakakasabay kami na nakikita namin na meron talaga silang print out ng mga travel guides namin. Tapos hindi nila alam na kami yon kasi di ba nung first years namin as vloggers, hindi kami nagpapakita ng muka. So, nakakatuwa lang na maalala yung written era. And thank you, Jane Cordero. Galing naman to kay Diamond Red Viajante 5180. The Poor Traveler blog is my travel hero. Di talaga ako maglalakas loob nung kabataan kong mag-travel kung di dahil sa blog na to. Literal na sinundan ko lahat ng travel itinerary nung pumunta ako sa Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, Macau, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, South Korea, and Japan. I miss traveling na hindi ko na siya masyado nagagawa ngayon dahil may bilateral sciatica na ako. Thank you, Josh and Vince, and congrats on your wedding. P.S. Nakita ko kayo sa Cebu one time and gustong-gusto ko sana magpa-pic pero na-starstruck ako. Ha ha ha, sana mabasa nyo to. Naku, wag po kayong mahiyang mag-approach kapag nakita nyo kami. Marami pong gumagawa niyan. Okay lang po siya talaga. Super okay lang. And nakakataba rin ng puso na mabasa yung mga ganitong comments, lalo na yung mga matagal na talaga, and nare-remind kami na yung ginagawa namin is napapakinabangan talaga ng ibang mga travelers like tulad ni Diamond Red Viajante na nagamit niya talaga sa napakaraming countries. So, at least alam namin na may use talaga yung ginagawa namin. So, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nag-comments. Just keep them coming para ma-feature natin sa mga susunod na videos natin. Don't forget to scan this QR code or click the link below to download Airalo and use our promo code TPT3 para sa $3, US dollars yan ha, na discount na mag-a-apply sa first eSIM mo. Wala itong expiration in a sense na pwede mong gamitin yung code na to anytime, pero one time lang. One time lang siya pwedeng gamitin. And syempre, if hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, gawin mo na yan ngayon by tapping the subscribe button. I-ring mo na rin yung bell icon sa tabi. Tapos, activate notifications. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it!